Hello, friends. Welcome back to Kids Inspiration, the place where young minds meet big ideas. Today, we are going on a time traveling adventure to meet a boy who asked a lot of questions and ended up changing how we see the entire universe. Yes, this is the incredible story of Galileo. Once upon a time, in Pisa, Italy, the city with famous leaning tower, a baby boy named Galileo Galilei was born in the year 1564. And guess what? That's the same year another great mind, William Shakespeare, was born in England. Even as a young boy, Galileo was different. While other children played, he stared at the sky, asking questions. Why do stars shines? Why does the sun rise and set? Why does things fall down and not up? He was curious, wildly curious, and that curiosity would one day change the world. As a young man, Galileo noticed something strange while sitting in the church. The big chandelier above was swinging back and forth, and even though the swing got smaller and smaller, the time it took to swing stayed the same. Galileo raced back home and tried the same with the pendulum, and voila, he discovered a principle we now use in pendulum clocks. Next, he started experimenting with inclined planes. We call them ramps. He rolled balls of different weights and size down these ramps and discovered something amazing. Objects fall at the same rate no matter how heavy they are, unless something like air slows them down. This was revolutionary because people had believed what the ancient philosopher Aristotle said, that heavier things fall faster. But Galileo proved nope, they don't. He didn't just accept what was written in old books, he tested things. He measured, he observed. This was the beginning of the scientific method. In the year 1609, Galileo heard about a new invention called the spyglass, which would make distant things appear closer. He thought, what if I make one better and point it to at the sky? He worked hard, polished lenses, and built a telescope that magnified things 30 times. Then he did something no one had done before. He pointed it upward. What he saw through that telescope would change history. The moon had craters and mountains. It wasn't a perfect heavenly sphere. Jupiter had four little moons going around it, which meant not everything revolves around the earth. The sun had spots that moved. The sun wasn't perfect either. He saw that Venus had phases just like the moon, proving it orbited the sun. Galileo shouted to the world, "The earth is not the center of the universe, it moves around the sun." Back then, most people, including the powerful Catholic Church, believed in the teachings of Aristotle and Ptolemy, who said, Earth is the center of everything. Everything else goes around it. So when Galileo said the earth moves, many scholars and priests got angry. They said, "You are wrong. You are changing the Bible. You are heretic." In the year 1633, Galileo was called to Rome and put on trial. He was forced to say that he was wrong, even though he knew he was right. And as he left the courtroom, he is said to have whispered quietly, "And yet it moves." Galileo was placed under house arrest for the rest of his life. He wasn't allowed to teach, he wasn't allowed to write freely. But he never stopped thinking, he never stopped exploring. In his small house surrounded by books, he kept working on science until his very last days. His books, they were banned by the church and they stayed banned for over 200 years. But in the year 1992, the church finally said, "We are sorry, Galileo, you were right." Today, scientists still build on Galileo's discovery. From space telescopes to satellite, from GPS system to planetary missions, his ideas are everywhere. He didn't just amaze at the stars, he showed us how to understand them. He didn't just question the world, he taught us how to explore it. So if you are a kid who love asking questions, who wants to know how and why, remember Galileo, because one curious child with a telescope changed how we see the entire universe, and maybe you will too. Wasn't that amazing? One curious kid with a telescope who never stopped asking why changed the world forever. If you are a dreamer, a thinker, or someone who loves the star, you're already on the same path as Galileo. So keep asking questions, keep exploring, and who knows, maybe the next great discovery will be yours. If you love this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Kids Inspirations for more incredible journeys through science, history, and imagination. See you in next story. Till then, bye bye.